What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona lose 4-2 again to Girona. I tell you what, I am really considering copy and pasting these match reviews. They're so annoying to do, but they're so consistent. Look at the heading I have here. Individual mistakes cost us. If you look at all the games where we dropped points this season, I guarantee you 9 out of 10 of them have the same caption. It boggles my mind. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm not really going to talk about the game too much. I want to talk about how Barcelona lost this game and also the results that are coming out after that. So of course we're 2-1 up going into the break. Lewandowski penalty. Christensen with a great goal. We can see stupidly from Big straight after Christensen scores as well. Second half starts. We waste about 20 of chances. Roberto gives the ball away. They score. Kubarsi gives the ball away. They scored. Then Porto just has a random shot from outside the box that curves and Ter Stegen doesn't save it. And of course, for the Big goal, Araujo makes a mistake. Look, we played well for the duration of this game, in the sense that what Xavi did to set up the team, having 4 in midfield, having overloading the midfielders, controlling the tempo, controlling the ball, creating chances, having the defenders where you have Araujo, who's gonna hoof it every single time, but Kubarsi is more controlled with the possession. Everything was set up correctly for Barcelona to win this game. Of course, I would have probably started another winger, but looks like I was wrong and Xavi was right, because I think if we started a winger, would have been a bit more vulnerable, and maybe Girona would have gotten a lot more chances down our flanks, especially on the counterattack. But yet again, it is individual mistakes. If we got cooked by Girona, I will hold my hands up and say, you know what, we got cooked, they were better, Xavi didn't change anything, we got this wrong, we did this wrong, the players didn't show up. We didn't get cooked. We were the better side in this game yet again, but it's stupid mistakes from our players, and you can pinpoint it. Ter Stegen on the 4th goal, Kubarsi on the 3rd goal, Roberto on the 2nd, and Araujo on the 1st. All those mistakes don't happen, we win this game 2-0, maybe even more. And then you look at the flip side. The chances created in this match. In the first half, you had the Gundogan off the bar, you had the Lewandowski chance, you had the Fermin Lopez chance. Second half, you had about 2 chances from Lamine Yamal, you had the 1 from Gundogan, 2 from Cancelo, 1 from Raphinha. That's all off the top of my head. All off the top of my head. Look, it's been the story of our season. Read the description. The sky is blue, the grass is green, we play well, create chances, we don't score, we make mistakes, and they're just clinical. And that's the reality of the situation. This is 100%, this result is down to the players. Was Xavi the one that passed it to Dovbyk? Was Xavi the one that tried to flick it over Ivan Martin but didn't? Was Xavi the one who dove for a weird slide tackle on Savio, giving him so much space? Was that Xavi? It wasn't. That is the reality of the situation. Look, Girona can celebrate this. They're going to finish 5th next season or below 5th. They're going to be in the Champions League. Maybe they'll make it to the round 16, depending on their group. They can have their moment. They can chant Xavi's Day. Next season, we're going to cook them in both games. I'll tell you that right now for free. This is their one blip season. They'll head back to reality next season. The reality is that in the summer, the board have to make these, along with Xavi and Deco, have to make these key decisions to get stuff right. The future of Roberto, should he be renewing based on his quality? No. Do you want to keep him as a rotational player and just as a club captain for vibes and training? If that's your decision, that's your decision. But when he comes and plays these matches and makes these mistakes, it's going to cost you. Look, Roberto has had 2 of the worst performances this season for Barcelona, both at right back. He played well in the midfield throughout the whole entire season. He makes one mistake, and people are all losing their minds about his renewal. Again, I would not renew the contract of Roberto. I think we should move on from him. But if Xavi's saying that he wants to keep him, he's the manager, and the Deco is happy with it, and Laporte agrees with it, what can he do? Again, their mindset is he's going to be a squad player. He's barely going to play, but when he does play, he costs us games, and that's a reality from, of course, the fans' point of view. A lot of things coming out Ter Stegen. Look, I think I've also now lost my patience with Ter Stegen. We should get a new goalkeeper, yes, but it can't be right now. This summer, we have other priorities. We need a pivot. We need a left winger. We need to sort out our fullbacks, and then afterwards you can think about Ter Stegen. A goalkeeper right now is not a priority enough to sign one this summer. That'll probably be summer 2025, 2026, which again sucks that you're thinking about. Okay, we're gonna have Ter Stegen for at least another year, but that's the reality. You can't go and chop and change the whole entire team. Life sucks. It is what it is. As soon as Roberto gave the ball away and they made it 2-2, we were going to get toasted. Again, it's just what pisses me off is that we just throw it away. It looks like we just do it. It's like when they have a little spark, it just absolutely puts a huge hole in our chest and we just can't do anything about it. Like, even scoring Christensen, then they go and score immediately. It's like, fucking hell, man. Like, come on. You can't hold on to a lead at all. This is not the problem. Not just this game. This whole entire season, it's been so freaking consistent. Where you score and you can't hold on to a lead for dear effing life. We had the best defense in Europe last season. Look at the shit that we're seeing this season. Prime Lenglet and Prime Montilivi were better than this. Prime Vermaelen, Prime Marlon. Who's the other crap center back that we had back in the day? I mean, Mingueza. I mean, all these players. I've never seen them perform this badly consistently. Yes, they made always one big mistake. Yes, overall, they don't play well. But they hold on to leads at least for at least half an hour or an hour. Bloody hell, man. I gotta talk about one thing as well. Araujo is pissing me off. My God, with his hoof balls there was a moment in the first half where Kubarsi was under pressure in our own box. He finds a nice cushion pass to Cancelo. He does a 1-2 with Fermin Lopez. We go on the counterattack. Every time Araujo gets the ball, he just hoofs it into no man's land. What I also hate as well is when we start a half. Whether we start the first half or second half. What do? Send the ball back to Kunde. He'll hoof it down the left-hand side and we lose it. Every single time this season we've done that. I've not seen Lewandowski maybe once win a header, and I've never seen him control the ball and us create a danger. If I'm a journalist and I'm Xavi's press conference, that's the first thing I'm asking him. This season, every single time we've started a half, you pass the ball back to Kunde, everyone runs down the left-hand side, Cancelo, Lewandowski, Gundogan, Fermin, Roberto, Lamine Yamal. He hoofs it there, and we lose the ball every single time. Why is that the case? Why can't we just start the ball and just pass out from the back, create some momentum, create some space? Why do we have to do that every single time? Look, it's frustrating. Yes, it's quite embarrassing to concede 4 goals twice to Girona this season. We had this game in our hands. I think we played well for the majority of the game. We had that, I think, spell from about the 15th minute to the 25th minute where we weren't doing too well, and also in the second half from about the 65th to the 80th minute where we just, things weren't clicking. But apart from that, I think we played well. I think Travis set the team up well. But again, individual errors. Not Xavi errors, not collective errors, individual errors. If Roberto just hits that ball out for a throw-in or just passes it anywhere else, I think we win this game. I honestly think we win this game. Worst scenario, we get a draw. Girona were dead in the water. They weren't creating any chances. Look how many shots Barcelona had before Dovbik made it 2-2. I think we had 15 shots to like 3 or 2. They were not in the game whatsoever. Yes, they got close into the area. They maybe had a couple sniffs here and there. But that was it. We dominated them. But yet again, we cannot finish our dinner in front of goal. And we cannot keep the garbage chute at the back closed. It's been look at all the big games we've lost. We lost both Clásicos and both games against Girona this season. At least we did the double over Atletico Madrid, but what do you freaking do? We did that every single season. We've lost every single big game this season apart from PSG in the first leg. And you could make an argument for that in retrospect being a big game or not. We lost Super Cup final. We lost Copa del Rey against MMS. Both games against Girona. Both games against Real Madrid. We had a big game against Villarreal before the day that Xavi announced he's going to resign. That was a big game during that moment of the season. Yes, we won the Atletico Madrid game 3-0. But we've crumbled at every single key moment this season. Even the Champions League as well. Yes, we got the wins against Porto and Napoli. But look at the game against Shakhtar. Look at the game against Antwerp. I don't know, man. Yes, the season's dead. This is now very close to getting in contention of one of the worst seasons I've seen. If we don't get second place, this might be one of the worst seasons I've ever witnessed, if not the worst, with Barcelona. We got 4 games left. Both teams have quite an even run-in. I think we have about 1 or 2 difficult games. So do they as well. It's gonna come down to who's efficient. And you know what? Again, we're 1 point behind. It's not the end of the world. I still believe we will get second place. But bloody hell if we don't. If we're not on that plane to Saudi in January, you cannot get much more than that. Of course, we've qualified for Champions League. We're gonna get a top 4. I mean, whoop-de-doo. Of course, that's important. But if we're not on that plane to Saudi, you cannot get worse than that. But We'll wait and see. Again, leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. If you think this is Xavi's fault, please, I'm very open-minded. Explain to me why in the comments down below. This is on Xavi, and I will happily reply. You know what? You've convinced me. I agree. I'll even tweet your comment if you've done enough to, prove and convince me. But I'm telling you right now, this is down to the players yet again. The only game this season where Xavi cost Barcelona was the Super Cup final when he tactically chose to play a high line against Rodrigo and Vinicius. That was on him. We were 2-0. I think we went 2-0 down. Then Lewandowski pulled back before halftime. That was on Xavi. Apart from that, he's been on fault for absolutely every single big game. The Copa del Rey game, the two Girona games, the 3 El Clásicos, even the Clásico de Bernabeu, the PSG game. Xavi set the team up right to win the game, and we had winning momentum, and we were doing well until individual errors in those games cost us. Look at the Copa del Rey. We were up, I think, 2-1 at the break. Roberto makes a mistake, we lose. PSG, auto red card, we lose. At the Bernabeu, referees a little bit, but Cancelo 3 mistakes, we lose. First El Clásico, Ter Stegen at the back in October, Ter Stegen 2 mistakes, we lose. Individual player mistakes are costing us. The issue is all teams around the world suffer through this because they're humans. They're not robots. They're going to make mistakes. But the issue is our opponents always capitalize on those mistakes this season. They have a 100% capitalization conversion rate this season on our individual mistakes. And that is the reality of the situation. I hope that the players learn from this. They remember the atmosphere they have at the Montilivi, and they come back next season for revenge. Of course, Xavi said in the press conference before this game he wanted revenge. Didn't get it. It was the exact same result. Michel's making out with his wife, thinking that he's won the bloody Champions League. Reality is going to hit them so hard next season. They can have their moments. Of course, Barcelona will always be on top. They'll have their one blip. They'll be back down to reality next season, so I'm not worried about that whatsoever. But again, in the comments down below, let me hear your thoughts on the match, on the performance, who's at fault, and your thoughts on Barcelona potentially getting second place. You think we'll actually do it or not? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.